Bueno, bienvenido, ¿no? Bienvenido esta noche. ¿Cómo están todos ustedes? Gracias por estar ahí. Esta noche estamos emitiendo desde iTalkSHOW Studios desde la ciudad de Lima. Y bueno, tengo el placer, okay? I'm very happy. And, well, tonight is going to be a very, very special night. Because today we have a special singer. She is, let me show you something about her. Her name is Whitney Tai. She is she's in Los Angeles in the United States, and she's going to comment something about her career. No, I would say second passion, first passion. Okay, we're going to talk with Tai. She's a very, very extraordinary and talented musician as well, a singer. So let's give her a big, hand today, and thank you. Welcome, Whitney. How are you?
Hi, ¿cómo está? Thank you for having me.
¿Cómo estás? No, I know that you don't speak a lot of Spanish, but let's see. No, I think that many people around the world like your music, and this is very it's for me it's incredible to have the opportunity to talk to you today. Let's start little by little. You are now in
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, okay. And how is everything there? Because now you know that we are in these pandemic times, no? How is it there nowadays, please? Is it the same that everywhere, or a little bit better?
It's starting to come around. I noticed that there's a change in just things, people getting more comfortable resuming to life now with the vaccine becoming more regularly distributed. It's been a tough year for LA. It's such a dense city. There was a lot of complications for a while, but I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, definitely, no? And well, with all of these, different things that we have in the world, music is finding its way. Okay, because many singers around the world are creating some interesting things nowadays, and you, for example, have been creating something interesting. But we're going to go with this little by little. How do you feel, for example, about this this career, or the passion, about the music? Because you have something before, no? Yes, that is.
Yes,
you're an architecture.
I've always written music. Since I was really young, but I ended up pursuing a degree in fine arts. I did that for a long time, and then I worked as an architectural designer in New York City for probably a good 10 years. And it was fun, but it was not the right path for me. Music was always my path, and I think sometimes you got to meander off the path to get back on the right direction again, especially when you lose your way. So, yeah. Definitely happy choosing music as my passion.
Yes, and how did that start? Okay, there was where did the spark start? Please, okay, how did that start for you?
Well, when I was little, I used to write songs when I was very, very little. I liked creating little catchy hooks or melodies, and I used to record them. I used to have a little tape cassette that I would sing on, and I would write in my journals different songs, and I would sing them many times over so that I wouldn't forget the hooks that I would write, because that's something, I'm always writing so many things that unless I repeat the thing that I write, it's just gone. And so now it's like kind of good that we have a phone that can record like voice memos, because I've got like ideas like all day. But when I was a kid, I just naturally found comfort in music, and it always brought me back to center whenever I was going through, any sort of childhood stresses or growing pains. So it definitely was my big sister, music.
Wow, that's interesting, because every musician has something, what we call inspiration. Let's see, is there anything that you could say that inspired you the most in your songs? Something in particular?
I think what inspires me is just like the more broad sort of concept of the universe. Nature really inspires me. I'm very fascinated by outer space, and just almost like the idea of like the parallels of time, and like how time is kind of this concept that you can kind of take apart and put back together. And within that, you have us, you have animals, you have a revolving sort of system that works within this construct. So I think I'm just fascinated by the construct of the universe and all the loopholes that there are in like understanding people and things.
I've been checking, okay, for example, some of the, I've been, looking at these fantastic, okay, songs that you've written, okay, through all these years. And let me tell you that they're very beautiful. Okay, and I chose, okay, to start today one of these songs that especially, okay, enjoyed listening. Okay, can I share this with the audience tonight, please? Yes.
Yeah.
So let's try to listen to this song, and you're going to comment something about that song. Okay, maybe maybe at the end or in between. Okay, let's continue with this.
Thanks.
Whitney, can you tell us something about this, a little about this song?
Of course. Well, I wrote this song a few years ago when I was living in New York. I was getting out of a really tumultuous relationship. I was very, very unhappy, and I felt very unappreciated and sort of kind of held captive in a way, and I was trying to find my voice. I was trying to figure out like what I thought apart from the person that had kind of projected onto me for a long time, and I was stepping away from that bad relationship, and I was moving into another one which was also quite toxic, and I felt like I was on this train of like picking and attracting like the wrong energy, and because I was not healed inside. So basically enigma, it's things that we can't explain in life, and one of the things that I couldn't explain was that all the people around me that I needed and that I loved and wanted support from, like their silence was the most violent thing that that hurt me, because whereas like communication is sort of the thing that heals and fixes everything, silence can also be a form of danger or a weapon if we're complacent and we don't do anything about it. So Enigma for me was like, it was the final track on Metamorphosis. It was my closure. It was my way of saying like, all right, this is the way things are, and we may not know how to explain it, but from here I don't have to like subscribe to that narrative. I can go on and do what I want to do, and I don't have to reflect this person's behavior. I can be better. And so it was my healing process of that album.
Very well. The song is, well, to my mind and to the way I think, okay, it's beautiful. Okay, your voice, okay, matches, okay, what you want to express, and that's what I, okay, enjoy, okay, the song, because there's also a message, okay, inside that I, that
Yes.
we have to read in between lines, and that's the idea, okay. But there's also something that we call here something spectacular. That is the visuals, okay, the video. How much time did you take to make the video? Okay, where did you shoot it?
You probably won't believe this, but I shot this video in my kitchen in New Jersey when I was working at the design company I used to work for, and my producer flew out from Belgium, and we sat in my kitchen and we were just having fun. And he's like, "Let's shoot a video for Enigma." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? That's a good idea." And we spent like a couple of hours shooting this, and then we started getting playful with some visual effects. And he's like a master editor. I love everything he does with video.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
we took something, if you would have seen the original footage and like kind of where it started and where it went to, I felt like those glass-like colors with like the transparency, like really captured this sort of depth of space that the song has as well. So I thought it was like a really interesting treatment for that video.
This video has to be, everywhere, for example, in my opinion, okay. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song, okay. That's what I can say, okay, just to begin, okay, because this cinematic expression that you put in the songs everywhere, no, where do you take it? Where do you take it from, please? What was this cinematic
life experience? I think just going through trauma, it, like, for me, it gives me a reason to want to get stronger. It gives me a reason to want to push through. And I draw a lot of my current from love, just my love of people, my love of life, my love of wanting to make the world a more pleasant place for the short amount of time that we have here.
Definitely. And there are many things, okay, that a person can think of. This only, creating music is a process. Because we can start from a point, but we don't know where we are going to end. We're every second we're looking for that new kind of sound, new kind of melody, lyrics. It's a constant. Where do you go? Cool bodies. And do you feel like that? Do you feel that you're in the process? You feel that you want something else there? Creating music?
I just trust the process. I just always just follow my gut instinct. I don't, when I'm in the process, I'm not usually thinking about it. I'm usually just focusing on allowing myself to be as vulnerable and open and able to communicate my emotions with others, because whereas we all struggle with dealing with emotions, the greatest gift you can find is an outlet, whether you're a painter or a builder or a writer of novels. I think having an outlet to express yourself and not think too much about it, but just allow your body to do what it does, and that's live. Then you're more in the moment, you're more present, and you're more able to like grow and help others at the same time. So I just try to remind myself to be present, because I grew up with like debilitating anxiety, and it prevented me from living in the present, and I felt like I lost time, and I want to get that time back. So to be present in my music process is very important to me.
That's true, because when you have music, when you create music, you become eternal. It's something, okay, that people can feel, okay, not only here in their heads, okay, but in their souls. No, you just, I don't know, it's like your powerful weapon, okay. You just transmit whatever thing you want to send love with these bullets, and that's what you have, okay. And that effect, okay, it's fantastic when you have, okay, the right target with the right song for these people, and they're going to be like, wow. Yeah, that's going to happen, in many parts. Let me continue with it because tonight, okay, esta noche we're with Whitney Tai. She's singer. She's a composer. Okay, she's a talented artist, and she's with us. She's sharing some of the stories, anecdotes about something. Okay, and we're gonna comment about that in this moment. Whitney, do you have any anecdote? Doing this interesting job.
Can you rephrase that question?
For example, maybe something curious that happened in your life at one point, with music, studio, maybe, performing a live show, something that was curious, something interesting to comment, of course, that you would like to share with us today. Can you? Yes? Are you there? Yes, in the meantime, let's see, we have a connection with Whitney Tai. She's, talking to us. She's in Los Angeles. She's in the United States. And, we're happy, to have, this interview with her. We're going to be with her in some seconds. And in the meantime, let's try to share some comments, that people are doing, are just sending, in this moment, So let's do it. So let's begin with these comments. All right. Let's see. Yes, Whitney is here with us. Don't worry. Yes, can you help me with let's see, the landscape mode, please? Just 1 second. I'm just going to put here some of the comments that some of the people are.
I already am in landscape mode.
Okay, let's see. So let's try to move a little bit the camera, and we're going to be with you in 1 second. It says here, Gabriela Gomez says, it's interesting, how such pieces of art are born from those experiences that shakes us to the core. What a beautiful way to show what we can be born from the fire within. Oh my God. Thank you, Gabriela Gomez. She's sending a message to us. Something else. Wonderful. We have here another one. Yes. It's Richard Rico. It says, hi, Whitney. A message for you over there.
Hi.
Let's see.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's continue. I have one more message here. Let's try to put a little bit to this side. And let's see. And the last one. And Gabriela Gomez says, when was the last time you performed live? Do you miss it?
Oh, it was last year at NAMM at 2020 at NAMM we performed there. That was the last performance we had. I've done a few live streams, but that was the last time right before everything shut down.
I imagine that. Please, Whitney, can you help me with the camera a little bit? It's a little bit, that's going to be better. Thank you so much. So let's go with you. And what do you remember about that time when the show went? Because it was something coming, and of course everything was shut down at that point. Do you remember something special in that moment?
Yeah, it was our first time performing at a large event, like a festival. But what was special about it was that I felt like this was right before we released our new album, and it was an emotional time because I was getting to the point where all these songs that I had been writing and working on for Apogee were just about to be born. And so it felt kind of cathartic to be performing to a very large audience, all these new songs that have kind of represented this latter stage of my career that I've entered into. Because in the beginning, I was in a different headspace. And I think being able to be on that stage with so many talented musicians, in a room with many talented musicians, and actualizing what kind of dreams that I had for my band was really emotional for me.
Mm-hmm. When you can you see the photos here on screen?
I can.
You can't? Oh well, we're sharing these photos again in the.
I can see.
Yes. and we're sharing, okay, this photo when you have this performance. Maybe it was not the last one, no? It was one of these live shows, okay? What do you remember about that moment? Something in particular?
This was at the Study in Hollywood. I love this venue. It's a very special place. The whole interior looks like a book study. The walls are filled with books, and it's really high ceilings. And I remember I've always wanted to play this venue, and I had my set band on stage that night, but I had also invited my friend Mark Wycliffe, who's another amazing drummer and percussionist. And I love when he plays with my project because he brings this really soulful element that I connect to personally. So that was the one thing that I think stood out for me there. I had a beautiful crowd. It was a nice, intimate crowd. I had people that I really loved in the audience, and also fans that had never gotten a chance to see me before, who made it a point to get out there, who have traveled far to come see us perform. And
of course,
it was just an emotional night. And I actually gave out some really cool posters that night that I designed, that I just do on my own time because I make a lot of graphic art. So to be able to just give some goodies away and play with the people I love was just, that was fun.
Wow, interesting. Well, for the people who are just, trying to watch the video now in this interview, Whitney, okay, she's not only a singer because she's also an architect, and you are creative, I don't know, from different angles. Do you think that that architecture, because you to be an architect you need to be an artist as well, no? That involves something in your songs, maybe?
Oh, yes. I think like the way I create music is very, very three-dimensional. And that's something that I think that's just within me. When you create designs, or when you're designing buildings or any sort of object, you have to think about not only what that object is in space, but how it relates to things in space around it. And music composition is very much the same thing. It's not just how one element is on its own, it's how it interacts and behaves when it's around other elements. So I think that there's definitely a translation, not only in how the music feels three-dimensionally, but also in how I approach songwriting. I think in shapes, I think in space and planes, and when I'm writing, I try to evoke as much of that as possible, because I do believe that when we see out from our viewpoint, that things can feel very one-dimensional within, but even within our body, like inside the stuff that we can't perceive, there is a three-dimensionality to our feelings, to the construction of who we are. And it's like getting to the core of that. How do I get closer to making people feel like they're inside out, or that their insides are living amongst the surroundings in the room? And music can do that. It can lift you up into a higher place, into a higher consciousness. Definitely. So that's definitely how I would say it goes through.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you, because that's the beautiful part. No, we just, I think we come from different parts, with different sources, okay? And we are constructed, okay, little by little, okay? These little pieces, okay, that are sometimes in some parts, there's something that is missing. And I think that our mission, in some ways, is to try to find these little pieces, okay, that can complete our songs, okay? Some other things, okay, that some people would like to add as well. And of course, just listening to your song, your videos, okay, there's something spectacular also that I saw, and there were some photographs that I saw of you, okay? Do you mind if I can share some of the photos? Yes, because they were amazing, okay? And I saw that they were. Please tell us something about that, okay? Let's start. For example,
my friend Anna Azarov took this photo. She's an incredible musician and artist photographer. I had the luck of meeting her through a mutual friend, my friend Jacqueline, who's also in an amazing project called Rael. And she introduced me to Anna, and Anna and I just immediately hit it off. I think her and I creatively love to step outside the boundaries of thinking about, you know, surreal and sort of otherworldly experiences through photography. So we experiment a lot together. And this was one of the first this is the first photo shoot we did together. And I loved the result. And I loved that she was able to capture my inner superhero, which, you know, it's sometimes like when I'm feeling low, I just think about how do I channel the strength within me. And I think this photo is relatable to a lot of people because I feel like it inspires them to reach deep down and kind of pull out their superpowers.
Yeah, I was going to say that, okay? Because that photo looks, you know, so powerful. You know, you are there. No, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's amazing, okay, how these little things can add up to something, okay, that it's in the end, okay, an artist, okay, that is building, okay, this incredible universe, okay, that we call Whitney Tai, okay. Thank you for being here tonight, okay. I'm so happy. My God, let's see. Okay, so if you have my God, please, Tai, it's my honor. Let's see if please, if the people who are watching have any questions, please just send them there, or you know, in the video, okay, you can just put your comments and we're going to maybe questions, okay, for Whitney, okay, tonight as well. Let's see, let's continue on with this. I have something else that I wanted to show you. Let's see, okay, I think this photo was amazing as well. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if it's there. Yes, it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this photo. I took this was actually someone in the audience of a show, the first show I did when I got to Los Angeles. They took this of me. This was at an event in like some event space in Hollywood, and they kind of transformed the space for sort of like it was like bringing everybody together. It's called Raw Artists. They bring artists of all type together to show off fashion, to show off music, and make some community connections, which was fun. It was like the second time I had done a performance with them. I did one when I was living in Portland, Oregon, and then when I moved to LA, I did one here. And this was really cool because like I was on a runway singing, so I had this very narrow platform that I had to walk on, and like I was like I'm in really, really like high, like 6-inch heels, and I'm like, gosh, I hope I don't fall off the stage. But it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so luckily you are here. You are complete. Oh my God, that's incredible. Well, let's talk about something. Okay, let's talk about the first album. Okay, the first baby before. Okay, the last one that we have. Okay. Please comment something about this. This is going to be very important to do previous to the last one.
So this is the same album that Enigma is on, and this album was at this time in my life, I would honestly say that I was a very, very broken and traumatized individual. I was dealing with childhood trauma, relationship trauma. I was working in design at the time, and I felt like I was just trying to find myself and find my voice. I didn't really know, I don't know if I knew who I was stepping into as a person yet. And I think that's normal when you're in your early 20s. You're not really sure like what your place is in the world. But I did know that I wanted to do music. And once I had heard one of the first songs that we had produced on this album, I started to like really think like, oh wow, like I could really do a record in this style. And so I just ended up writing a ton of songs with by producer Tim, and the process was just really healing for me. I think it got me through some of the most difficult things that I don't know, if I didn't have this album, I don't think I could have gotten through what I got through. So the music has a story in itself. Each song is the track listing is specifically placed in the order that I wrote these songs. So really it's a year, almost 8 months to a year span of my experiences in a 7-track, album. So I felt like it was my poetic sort of utterance of like, here I am, like, I exist, and I'm able to be unique and speak my voice, and I don't have to be scared about, what I am or who I am. Or it doesn't. None of that matters. All that matters is the music and how I could help somebody who's hurting like me.
Definitely. And you are here, and that's very important because that's what people want. They want more. Okay, Whitney Tai everywhere and every second as well. I have a question here from somebody, and let's see. Pay attention, please, and let's try to maybe answer this question.
Okay.
It says, Granny Gomez says, which artist do you go to for inspiration, or who had inspired you creatively? What can you tell me about that?
That's tough because I go to different artists for different inspirations. I would say that in my earlier years that I found a lot of healing in Sarah McLachlan. She's like one of my favorite singers and songwriters. So for a lot of my earlier years, I just found myself lost in her records, in her style of communicating through music. It really touched me. And Celine Dion as well. She was an early influence of mine. I just loved everything that she did. And I would say now that I've been leaning more towards like progressive rock, and I'm always searching for interesting sort of meandering paths or melodies that I can find in music that inspire me to want to do something different. And I think most songwriters can relate to this, that there is a level you reach where you want to find how to communicate in a brand new, fresh way without repeating over and over again. So I think for me, it's not specifically an artist per se. It's more of just diving into the compositions and really listening to what people are saying, because there's a language. It's music is a language, and there's a language that applies to different moods and different phases of our life.
Definitely, no. I want to share a picture, talking about that, because it was the first album, and then I want to share the photo of this person. You're gonna tell me something about him. Let's see. Let's go with that.
Yes. Well, that is my significant other, Tim, who we also write and produce all of our music together. I met Tim in 2014, and through the internet, actually, and he produced my first single, To Be Loved, and then I loved what he did with my songs, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep working with Tim. And once we started working on To Be Loved, I had discovered that Tim was also Sun Freaks, who was a DJ and producer who had a couple of hits in the later 2000s, and I used to listen to Tim on the radio when I was in high school, and I used to be like, this music is amazing. Who is this? And then the irony of him being one of my favorite dance producers, and then we ended up working together. I didn't realize that. So he went under like a different name for a long time.
Yeah. So
I was a fan of him already, and I didn't even know. And then a couple of years ago, we kind of started a romance, and now we've been together for 4 years now.
Great. Okay, because he's got to do something with let me show you this. Oh yes, with this, of course. No, this is maybe the inspiration.
The inspiration for this album cover is. So I've said this in a few different interviews, but the inspiration behind this was replicating a Hellenistic statue, and the meaning behind it was that we have to sort of carve and shape and get as close to the inner part of who we are over time. So it's really all about chipping away extraneous things that we don't need, so that we're literally restful and peaceful in our form. And Apogee is about that. It's about being in the great expanse. It's about just being able to sit within yourself confidently and and look at the problems head on and come up with solutions, and instead of pointing and blaming. And it's an album of accountability, taking accountability for yourself and your actions, and also inspiring people and giving them hope to be able to reach great heights, whether that be out there in the outer space or here on Earth. That's definitely the inspiration behind Apogee.
Definitely, no, because now this is now in the stores. You can buy it, digitally. You can have the physical disc. Okay, please tell us. Okay, where can we get it? Please, that was very important.
At the moment, I'm selling them through my personal website, physical CD copies. You can buy it digitally on every platform. I intend to do vinyl at some point. Just COVID kind of shut all those plans down. I was planning on having this plant just make me vinyl, but they ended up closing down in the middle of the COVID. So I'm going to hold off for a little while because I definitely want to move this album to vinyl as well. So I'll keep you guys updated on when that happens. But you can get the CDs on WhitneyTaiMusic.com, or you can do it digitally, Bandcamp, iTunes, Amazon.
Okay, because we have to enjoy the music. Okay, you are the artist. Okay, I was so happy to see you to say, hey Whitney, I hope she can come to the program. I said, and she's here, and I said, wow, I'm happy. Yes, okay, I'm so happy, okay, to have you here and to comment, okay, not only this artistic life, but also something that we have inside, okay, our soul, that is what all the songs, all the things that we do and we touch are made of, because we can create that. We can touch somebody, or we can heal it. You can heal it. We can touch a person, and we can do the opposite. It depends, okay, the magic that you have inside. And I think the magic that you have, okay, is fantastic. And I want you, please, to share this, okay, all over, okay, not only LA, but all over the world. Yes, so everybody can feel, okay, that, okay, can listen to these songs and say, wow, that is Whitney Tai. It's fantastic, okay, to listen to more, okay, from you, okay, and and the people who are listening, please, okay, you can go to online, you can go to the website of Whitney Tai, okay, you can just leave it there, Whitney. I'm gonna give information, okay, for the people who would like to contact her, of course. She's a fantastic artist, okay, a songwriter, and we're just going to the end of the program. Please, I would like you to tell something, okay, to say goodbye to the people who are with us and the people who are going to watch the video maybe later. Let's see, please, what can you tell them about that? Please, some words.
I would say, please follow your dreams. Don't be tough on yourself unless it's being tough about starting the thing that you're really passionate about. I think the best decision I ever made in my career was to just follow my heart and to not let all the noise of people and things distract me from finding my true passion in life. And I just wish all of you that you find your joy, that your stream of joy. And the way to do that is to start paying attention to your heart and your gut and following that instinct.
Definitely, okay, definitely. But before we finish, okay, we have some messages as well. Okay, let me share with you some of the messages, please. Okay, here we have some of them. Let's see. Here we have this. Oh yes, please. A message from James Wilder. Okay. He says, "Good singer, no? Yeah, of course, Whitney, of course." Then we have another message. Let's see. Here we are. I'm hooked. You're amazing, Whitney. Wow. Well, we promote that, no? Yes. Okay. Okay. Keep sharing. Keep spreading the magic. Okay. And I want to see, okay, that flame. Okay. Every time that I can talk to you. I hope this is not the last time I can talk to you, and we can share more things about your music. And please, if you have anything new, just send a link, and I'm going to be happy, okay, to share and to continue sharing, okay, your beautiful music, okay, around the world. Thank you, Whitney. Okay, it was a pleasure for me.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Okay, okay, and the magic word. Okay, see you soon. Okay, see you soon. Thank you so much for being here with us. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, well,
thank you.
Tonight, okay, we have that spectacular night. Esta noche tenemos una espectacular noche con Whitney Tai. Ya saben, si desean escuchar más de ella, está justamente en los enlaces acá en la página. Pueden encontrar más información acerca de ella en su página web, en Whitney Tai, también en Facebook, en Instagram, ¿no? En YouTube. Si desean también comprar los CDs, la música de Whitney, pueden hacerlo también directamente en su página, ¿ok? Muchos éxitos, Whitney, ¿ok? Hasta pronto, ¿ok? Cuídate bastante. Entonces, vamos a la parte final del programa, ¿ok? Espero que se hayan divertido, ¿ok? Ha sido una fantástica noche, no, tarde para Whitney, ¿ok? It was an afternoon. So, hope to see you soon, ¿ok? Whitney, ¿ok? Bye bye, take care.